Right about now, a lot of people are complaining that the month of May isn't quite feeling like May, but overall it wasn't that bad of a weekend considering how far we've come and the kind of winter that we're just starting to break out of. But overall, I think fabulous conditions for a marathon. Let's go out to Union Station and check in with Kevin and see what the conditions are like. Kevin? Will do, Kevin. Thank you very much. We have a couple of low-pressure systems developing over the next few days. Then eventually they come together as one system by later in the week. And that's where we are at this time frame. The next low developing. This could result in some stormy weather for the United States as well as for us later this week. At this point, the end of this week looks to be 20 degrees. For the time being, though, we still have some coolish temperatures to contend with. Kevin is at Union Station for a really great event about visibility. Kevin? Thank you, Kevin. And especially this time of year when we're dealing with fog in many cases in the mornings, visibility is very important so that people can see where you are. So bright colored clothing is a great way to do that. 7-day forecast in Toronto. We do have some rainfall by Thursday, Friday. That's where that low pressure system's coming in from the United States. It's actually two systems combined together. At this point, looking at Friday being possibly a stormy day, 20 degrees. We'll have to watch whether or not we add a thunderstorm icon even to the Thursday map. So that's something that we're looking at behind the scenes. Some rainfall coming for us by the end of the week, but now that the temperatures have started to warm up at least a little bit, we are seeing more and more motorcycles out on the roads. Let's go over to Mike in Toronto and find out more about motorcycle safety. Mike? Thank you so much, Mike. Well, actually, training or safety, of course, paramount when you've got lots of sunshine, as will be the case with some high pressure in place. But things are changing because we do have a couple of low pressure systems coming together here, so much so that by Thursday and Friday, it's possible we may be dealing with some thunderstorms. Too early to tell whether or not we're talking about severe thunderstorms, but still some rumbles of thunder. We've put it on the icon for Friday at this point. May have to also add that to the Thursday icon. We have temperatures that will begin to rise. By the end of this week, it's possible we may hit 20 degrees. For the time being, that's not so the case. Let's turn it over to Kevin. Although it's bright out there, Kev, it's a bit of a cooler day, right? Thank you, Kevin. And it's such a simple solution, too. That's what I love about that. Let's take a look at our short-term forecast. And are we going to see some sun? Yes, some. But there's also going to be some cloud cover. The overnight low 5, today's high 13. Normally, this time of May, Cinco de Mayo, we'd like to see temperatures sitting around 17. We're not quite there. However, later this week, we may begin to start talking about stormy weather. How severe? A bit uncertain at this point. It's a little further ahead. But we do have these two low pressure systems coming together, and with that, a cold front that could result possibly even some stormy weather Wednesday, Thursday in the U.S., and more so for us, Thursday and Friday. We've put it in the icon for Friday at this point, 20 degrees the high. We have to see how that plays out for Thursday. Get ready, because by the end of this week, we may see temperatures, get this, 20 degrees. I kid you not. However, it comes with a risk of some storms. I'll get more in your forecast in just a moment. Let's go over to Kevin. He is at Union Station for a very special initiative. Kevin? Thanks so much, Kevin. It's a good thing I like neon colors. It's actually something I'm in the market for right now. But let's take a look at our low pressure systems coming through. Back to weather. Fashion later. Weather right now. Low pressure systems coming together. There is going to be a cold front with that, and that could result in some big changes for us in our weather pattern, because we haven't seen a lot of stormy weather necessarily across southern Ontario so far. Heard a few rumbles of thunder. Well, that may be the case yet again Thursday and Friday, but a little bit more, kind of a better chance of it now happening with the strength of this low pressure system developing. And typically when you get on a motorcycle, the temperature will feel about 10 degrees colder than the actual temperature out there. And I know we're seeing a lot more bikes out there as we now are in the month of May, but keep safety top of mind. Let's go to Mike and find out more about that.
Second side of the studio.
Thank you so much. Well, we are definitely looking at increased temperatures. By the end of this week, it might even become stormy. And let's take a look at our short-term forecast to give you an idea for planning for today. Dress for 13 by this afternoon. The overnight low 5. We are not looking at any precipitation just yet. Some sun and cloud for the next couple of days. And for those of you who are complaining about the temperatures and you're saying, oh, when's it going to warm up? It could be a lot worse. Could be Calgary. So when we talk about temperatures getting warmer and dealing with possibly some storms, it can't be all that bad, right? Well, we have a couple of low pressure systems coming together that by the end of this week, Thursday and Friday around the GTA, could become stormy. Saturday, the low pressure system moves away. We get a bit of a break there. But overall, let's take a look at our 7-day forecast to give you an idea of what's expected. The temperatures are slowly beginning to climb. 20 degrees on Friday in Toronto. We have put a thunderstorm icon in there. It's possible that we may change that to include a thunderstorm icon on Thursday. So our meteorologist behind the scenes definitely taking a close look at this because there is the potential. National Weather Service in the United States is putting out some special statements about the extreme weather potential in the heartland of the U.S. by this week. So something that we need to be mindful of. And EC, of course, on top of that, as are we. In Hamilton, Thursday, potential for storms, temperatures rising, 18 climbing to 21 on Friday, rain remaining in place on Saturday, so some wet weather is definitely upon us.